No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. Oh, this door is open. This door right here is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. Happy Divine Feminine Day. So glad that you are here with us. We're going to sing together the gifts of the goddess. These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace? Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive love? Love. Are you ready? Are you ready? Joy. Joy. Are you ready? Are you ready? Peace. Peace. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to receive? These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, I am ready to receive all the gifts of the goddess.
thank you. We welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland as we gather. First of all, happy Mother's Day. And and to all, that idea of the divine feminine. And Valerie Kaur, who wrote the book See No Strangers, she said, right now, what we need is the divine feminine on this planet, on this earth. And I love that idea. And she said, and that is everyone. Everyone has that divine feminine. So as we gather in the name of that divine feminine energy that reminds all of us that we are creations of love, that we are a universal intelligence that moves through us, that reminds us we're here to build a larger story and to heal what is here to be healed. We just welcome you into this energy and into this idea, whether you're joining us virtually as our virtual family or you're here in this space. We know that consciousness expands around this planet, and we are a part of lifting that and holding that and knowing that. I'm Reverend Lisa Davis. I can't seem to keep this on, Leah, just so you know. So I realize the sound is going up and down, and we'll work with that and play with that. My pronouns are she and her, and I believe we are here to hold this space together. So we're so grateful to have all of you with us. I wanted to share something else, and I thought it was a beautiful response to the gutting of the Voting Rights Act that happened in this past week, and it was from Dr. Soni Cantrell Smith. I thought she was the president of the Centers for Spiritual Living. She's one of the leaders there, and she said, New Thought was never about healing your bank account or finding a parking space. It was about knowing in our bones that you and I are made of the same divine substance, the same sacred breath, the same infinite love. If we believe that is actually true, then nothing can diminish another human being, and nothing that diminishes another human being can be acceptable to us. And so we stand in that space. We stand in that knowing and that anchoring of who we are as we join together today. And I just invite you, we're going to begin in prayer. And again, as we step into this space that I believe people have been meeting in this particular space since 1955. I could be off by a few months, but that's what I understand. And that energy continues to gather and to be. And so we're not just opening in prayer with a consciousness that's right here, right now, but it's an eternal one. And it's one that blesses us and enfolds us and holds us. And so I just invite you in that breath to open your heart. And let's join together in that consciousness of the pure potentiality of spirit. As we breathe in, we say, Infinite Spirit, we anchor in that knowing that this presence and power, always available, always within us, around us, as us. We know that we are openings of that infinite. And know that pure guidance flows through us. And what is present and happening in this country, in this planet, this day, is a breaking open for a larger story. And we say yes to the larger story, to the love that anchors every being, and to the knowing that we know that there is a path and a place of peace, of respect, and of honor for every being everywhere. For this opportunity to gather in the infinite presence and power and know that we are truly, truly interconnected, always one. We say thank you, Infinite Spirit. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Beth O'Shields. I'm your administrator. My pronouns are she and her. What a wonderful weekend we've had here. I'll tell you. First, I want to introduce our prayer chaplains. You know, this ministry is based upon affirmative prayer, and it has been for 100 years. Our prayer chaplains are here to pray with you this morning, one-on-one and confidentially. You can see Sherry or Lynn following the service. You can also submit a prayer request. Those are in the backs of your chairs. And we have Dial a Prayer, which has that inspiring message for you each day that you can call. They lead a Sunday morning guided meditation here at 10:30 each Sunday in the chapel. We invite you to join them. It's a wonderful way to calm and center for the week. Well, we have a little mix of Mexican and Mother's Day here today. We had a fabulous time last night. I want to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day as we celebrate all the nurturers and caretakers, which take many forms. And anyway, we want to thank those of you who brought something to share this morning downstairs. We hope you plan to join us after. So this morning I want to take a minute. I want to focus on some people in the community who are some of the nurturers and caretakers of this spiritual home. Certainly not all of them, but a few key players in the recent weeks. So first off, I want to give those kitchen helpers a big thank you, because they are not only working down there last night so hard after the Cinco de Mayo fundraiser, but they're doing it again today. Thank you, kitchen workers. Give them a hand, yes. I also want to mention that we raised about $1,300 for the HVAC units. Lisa will have some more info to share with you about that. You know, I have to honor Colleen's story, although she's probably at home watching from online. But we love you, Colleen. She's probably got her feet up, I imagine, somewhere. So anyway, we're so happy about that. Big thank you to all of them. So I mentioned last week we do have air conditioning. That is finished. That's a finished project. The workers completed the installation with a few tweaks coming this week. We're so grateful for that. This community has been so incredible at rising up to make that happen. And you know, there is somebody who has given the care and attention to this project that was needed from beginning to end. Couldn't have done it without the help that we had. Erasmo spent days here creating the space to do the work, taking shelves down, moving things, overseeing the workers, securing the building. Thank you, Erasmo. And now the two of them are back there. I have another one. Do you see this picture right here? Okay. In the middle of all this, we had clean out organizational day, okay, on one day. We had 15 people here in every area of the building. We relieved every storage space. Everything's breathing so much better in this building. We filled a U-Haul with donations and recyclables that went away. And if you are one of those 15 people who came here to help do that and care for our building, thank you. Please stand so we can really give you a rousing applause. Yes. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. So grateful for this leadership. So grateful for this volunteer family that take part in serving this ministry. You know, if you want to join this great group of people, come and talk to me. I'll have something for you to do. And I do want to mention, we are creating a new team here, and we're looking for some people who have some experience in this. People who will work with folks who are in a mental health crisis. And so if you're someone who has some experience in this, de-escalation, dealing with people in that capacity, please come and talk to me. We're going to be forming a team soon, and we'll let you know when that training is going to be scheduled. Okay, on to what's happening this week. Today, following the service, the women's group's going to meet downstairs in the teen rooms, following Coffee and Connection, about 12:45. Their theme today is, of course, honoring mothers. So make sure you stop in and see them today. They're doing good things in there. And of course, during the week, we have lots of opportunities to come and connect with each other. You can find these in the weekly newsletter, but we have Course in Miracles, 10:30 on Tuesdays, Yoga and Meditations, 4 p.m. on Tuesdays. Awakening to a Spiritual Life is on Wednesdays at 1:30, and then the Current Events Book Study is Thursdays at 1. A week from this Saturday, on May 23rd, George Weatherford is heading up another game day. And with the weather turning so nice, we're going to do it out in the garden. We're going to set up some tables. We'll have some board games. You can bring your outdoor games. It's going to be 3 to 6, so keep an eye on that in the newsletter. Lots of laughter and fun with that. And then a week from this Friday, on May the 22nd, our ongoers luncheon is going to be happening at the Black Bear Diner, 11 o'clock on 82nd Street. If you're 55 plus, we invite you to come and join us. And if you're not getting that email, again, let me know, because you all should have received an invitation to that if you're on the list. So last week, we sent out on May Day the May Month of Giving letter. It was in an email. It should have landed in your inbox. For those of you who are not on our mailing list, we have physical copies out on the table along with donation envelopes. And as I said, Reverend Lisa, we'll talk to you a little bit more about this later. So now's the time to welcome anyone who's with us for the first time. Seen a couple of you out there this morning. We're glad you're with us. If you got the packet when you walked in this morning, great. If not, now's your chance. Raise your hand. Our ushers will put one in your hands. All right? So see, my ushers, greeters are doing their job out there. I love that. There's a red rose sticker on the front. We'd love you to put that on your clothes this morning so we know who you are. Can give you a warm welcome. We invite you downstairs. On the back is this yellow card that will get you on our mailing list. You can use the QR code to fill it out. You can use the pen in the back of your chair and drop it in my door. On the back is all of our volunteer service opportunities. So if you feel so inclined, you can check some of those boxes too. All right, thanks so much. We'll see you downstairs.
All right. And we do want to welcome all of you who are here for the first time or you haven't been here in a while. It's wonderful to have you here right now as we move through such interesting spaces and times in this country. I believe one of the most important things we can do is find an anchoring, find a place spiritually where we can take that breath and hold that space of truth and the knowing that there is an evolutionary impulse on this planet that is guiding us. If the words that you hear today work for you, I would encourage you to become a part. You can fill out the forms, do the different things, and just simply start anchoring with other people and recognizing we are not alone. If the words that you hear today don't work for you, I would encourage you to continue seeking. Find a place that does remind you of who you are and that knows that truth about you and your importance and vital life on this planet. So we are just happy to have all of you here. In just a moment, we're going to sing, but I wanted to share with you this week, and probably only a few of you knew her, but one of our congregants, Ginny Cameron, made her transition. She was 99 and a half years old. She told me that her grandmother had brought her to this community when she was 6. Now, I don't know if that's completely accurate, but she had been around a long time. She hasn't been here since COVID, so many of you don't know her. When she did come, my remembrance is that her son would go upstairs, he'd drive her, and she would say, I have to make my entrance. And she would walk from the back with her walker to the front row. And she would always tell me every single time, I'm in theater, and you always make an entrance. So I'm 5 minutes late. And you know, one of the things I noticed was that all of life was good. And the last time I got to see her a couple weeks ago in the hospital, and she wasn't remembering much, she looked at me and she said, do I know you? And I said, I think you do. And she said, isn't it a beautiful day? And I just thought, wow. And I said, it is. And she said, it always is. That's a gift for all of us. And I always say, wow, thank you, thank you. So I just wanted to share that with you. And we have the opportunity to sing.
We do. Let's rise up and sing the rainbow chant. I am opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening, I am opening, I am opening, I am opening. We are opening in sweet surrender to the luminous love light phoenix from the fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up like a phoenix from the fire. Brothers and sisters, spread your wings and fly higher. We are rising up. 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 We are rising up.
Ah, yes. I just invite you to turn to those around you with a handshake, with a welcome, namaste, a hug if you want to ask for a hug, and welcome those around you. You know, we come to that just short moments in our service where we move into a meditation. But what I know is that the ability to anchor ourselves and to quiet ourselves and to allow our body to experience the infinite is such a gift, and it's so important right now. And so I just invite you, as you listen to this music and allow yourself to calm and quiet your body, to remember that daily, that's the journey, that's the practice of saying, Infinite Spirit, here I am.
The mother in me awakes, the mother in me provides, giving myself a whole new life. And so I take me in hold myself close and tight, giving myself a whole new life. The mother in me awakes, the mother in me provides, giving myself a whole new life. And so I take me in my arms, hold myself close and tight, giving myself a whole new life.
As we relax our bodies, quieting our minds, we open to the Divine Mother, the divine love that lives, moves, and has its essence within us. We open to divine guidance as we continue to relax our bodies, taking that sacred breath. We allow love, the love that enfolds us this moment. We allow it to enfold our being, to remind us of the wholeness. Love as me now, in the silence, in the silence. With every breath through this day, I allow divine love to continue to embrace me, to remind me that I am one with love. And I say yes, yes, Infinite Spirit. And so it is. Amen.
The mother in me awakes, the mother in me provides, giving myself a whole new life. And so I take me in my arms, hold myself close and tight, giving myself a whole new life. The mother in me awakes, the mother in me provides, giving myself a whole new life. And so I take me in my arms, hold myself close and tight, giving myself a whole new life. please still don't try. Don't let your heart get heavy, child. Inside you, there's a strength that lies. Lies. Don't let your soul get lonely, child. It's only time, it will go by. Don't look for love in faces, places. It's in you, that's where you'll find kindness. Be here now, here now. Be here now, here now. Don't lose your faith in me, and I will try not to lose faith in you. Don't put your trust in walls, 'cause walls will only crush you when they fall. Fall. Be here now, here now. Be here now, here now. Thanks.
Wow. Wow. Wow, I think the universe is inviting us to be here now, to be in this place, in this time. That was just spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. The idea. I just want to thank all of our musicians. Wow. And we're in a place, in a time where it's really easy to put up walls and to say, this can't happen, this isn't in my world, this isn't what I want. And yet life is inviting us to live within this space and to find the presence and the power that is within us, that lives as us, and to say, how do I expand within this moment? We're actually in the third week of a 6-week series on Buddha's brain, and we moved into that, and we're going to talk about Mother's Day in a moment, but I want to talk about the idea with Buddha's brain, and Rick Hansen chose Buddha as an example because he said the brain of beings that have meditated and have held space, when you do MRIs of them, you find an expansiveness and a difference in how they handle difficulties and how they look at their world and how they stay in the present moment and what that invitation is for humanity. And then he goes through all of the science, and for many of you who are reading it, and I think we have 9 groups. We have 9 spirit groups that are meeting and talking about this during the week. But the ideas, first of all, we know that we live in an evolutionary universe. We have an evolving brain. And what our brain does, and this is from ancient times, is it still looks for things that will hurt us and things that are dangerous. Anybody done that this week? And the interesting thing is, we're a part of that evolution, which means part of our invitation is to begin finding not what scares us, but being present and finding what's here and available. Because we can live in the past or we can live in the future, but we don't actually learn in either of those. We learn in this present moment. And so I'm going to go over in a little bit just some of what the 2 chapters we're looking at, which is cooling the fires and this idea of breathing in that good, holding on to the good. We'll look at that in a moment, but I want to talk about a couple things. I want to bring in a little bit of quantum physics, and this is from the work, it's not the work of Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, but it's a quantum physicist Robert Nicastro, who has been working with Teilhard's work. And he said, many of us were taught to think of hope as a feeling, something we muster when times are hard. But what if hope is actually written into the structure of reality itself? Ancient scripture and cutting-edge science point toward a remarkable idea that the universe is not wandering aimlessly, but converging through ever-deepening complexity and consciousness toward a greater wholeness still ahead. The great biblical traditions were never simply predicting the end of things. They were describing the shape of time. Time is open, it is unfinished, and it is charged with possibility. Now, many times our brain can't see that, but that's what it is. And we know that Jesus, in many of the different places where he shared, he talked about the kingdom of heaven. The word that was in Aramaic that was translated into Hebrew and into German, into all the different languages and into Greek and all of that, the root word for that was expansion. And so when he said the kingdom of heaven is within you, he was saying the kingdom of expansion is within you. That is an eternal call of the universe. And that was what he believed was one of his most important teachings. But sometimes when we get squeezed, our fear brain kicks in, and we live within a mode of fear. Or we live within the story that we tell about this. And last night, my week has been a little interesting. Last week, we talked about the idea, he talked about first dart and second dart. Pain happens. Suffering is optional. The first dart is what happens. We've experienced death. We've experienced things breaking. We've experienced losing jobs, being fired, being betrayed. We've experienced all of it. That's the first dart. The second dart is when we tell ourselves the story again and again and again. And our brains don't even actually know we're telling ourselves a story. They're experiencing that again and again and again, and that's suffering. And so we get to look at what we do and how we do it. And one of the ways that I have been looking at that, I'm really working right now to do both the individual, the collective, and I'm not quite moving into the global yet, but I'm working with just these ideas and saying, how are they? The initial pain and difficulty of slavery happened. But we have lived that story. And many of us who are white have not, I'm not saying it very well. I've had a lot of privilege in my life, and I still have that privilege. But we have been a part of a suffering that is continuing. And until we, as humanity, are able to step into something that does not relive these things, and we may not feel like we're in control of it, but we're a part of it. And so for me, it's saying, how do I live within this moment and allow an expansion that will allow me to be a part of something more, present for something more, and able to hold an idea and a story that's large enough for humanity. So that's what we're playing with. I just said, believe it or not, that's just my introduction. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's where it is. Then I want to bring in for a moment a little bit about, from Valerie Kaur and her See No Stranger, because I do believe it has value today. She said, the country needs your mother love right now. Happy Mother's Day. I said some of that before. To all who mother, we honor the ways you pour your body, your breath, and blood into families and communities. Your love is the fiercest form of love, and it brings tears to my eyes because we've seen it, we've experienced it. And I want to acknowledge right now, not everybody in here came in this morning having had that experience. And if you did not have it with your mother, I hold you in the embrace of compassion and love and the belief that you are a valuable, worthy being. And your journey in life, your soul has said yes to learning that and to expressing it and to sharing it. So I know Mother's Day is not always easy. Others come in with having experienced a mother love that changed them at depth. And we're all here ready to expand. But she said, we believe that mothering is a capacity that resides within each of us. Breathe that in for a moment. If you've been told you aren't a mother, or who knows what it is, but that it's not a biological destiny, nor confined to a sphere of life. Each of us have the ability to mother others and ourselves, to nurture, to nourish, care, and set free. At this moment, as cruelty, patriarchy, and authoritarian forces grip our country, we must be brave with our love. We need mother love more than ever, a wellspring that never runs dry, love that powers courage we did not know we had. If we choose to love one another with a fraction of a wise mother's love for her child, what might we accomplish together? And so anchor that. Call forth and acknowledge the mother love that's within you, because that's what it takes to build a new story in our brains. The ability to hold ourselves when we might not be seeing what we want to see out here. And that is a sacred journey that the evolutionary impulse on this planet in humanity has continued and continued and continued to move us forward with. And I want to go into some of these pieces. And that is taking in the good. Now, this is not about pretending nothing else is going on. In fact, I was reading an article, and I've just been reading from people who have inspired me and taught me and helped me through the years. And one of them said, right now, we have to manage polarities. Now, you may not understand that, but there's this and there's this. And many times we say, this is the right answer. But actually, there's a balancing that happens. And so when we are experiencing this and saying, that's not right, this is not where it needs to be, or this, and I'm trying to think of how, I took a class, Balancing Polarities in Churches, and it says you'll have a board that comes in and they want to trust and spend all the money. And then you'll have another board that comes in and wants to trust, and they say that means we save. Those are polarities. And somewhere in there, and I'm sorry, that's the only languaging I have right now is churches. So that's all. but can you see the balancing of polarities? Can you see what that is? And so they were saying one of the most important skills we have right now is to pull ourselves back from some of those and say, what's the healing path? What is it that's going to take me through? How do I go through with this? And Rick Hansen, in his work on this taking in the good, it's one of his exercises that has stayed with me, because he said the ability to scan for danger saved our species, it saved animals, it saved every being. And that's why it's in our brains. That's why we have that. And we're ready for a change and are changing. It is happening all the time. More and more people find more good in their lives. I'm not saying every single person is experiencing it. I'm saying they have the ability to see it and hold it in brains. And he said, basically, many of us have a rut, and it thinks almost the same thoughts every day. It walks into a room, and it might scan for, am I enough? How do they look? Is everybody younger than me? Are they this? Are they more educated? Do they have more money? Do they have this? Anybody done that? Anybody done that? They say we do it every second of every day, just in case you're wondering. But getting out of that rut, what he believes is if we will start scanning this room and start saying, what's the beauty? What's the life? What moves my heart? And when that happens, we actually switch ruts, and we create neural pathways in our brain that begin teaching us and growing us. And I looked at Jenny Cameron, and I thought, she's done this so long. That's what she sees. And I went, wow, what can I learn from this? So he says, much as your body is built from the foods you eat, your mind is built from the experiences you have. And he said the flow of experience gradually sculpts your brain, thus shaping your mind. Some of the results can be explicitly recalled, but most of the shaping of your mind is forever unconscious. We don't actually remember it. It becomes an implicit memory, and we just this is what shaped me, this is what shaped me. Most of us can go back in our lives and we can say, this happened, this happened, this happened, and this happened, and that's why I'm where I am today. But what if we were able instead to begin looking at our lives? And this is not just positive thinking. This is not saying there isn't something we need to look at. But it's saying take in what is good, what will hold us. And he said the implicit memories are the subconscious. And they're the ones that come up and say, danger, I might not be included. I might not belong. I might not look like them. And our brains are desiring to move out of that. And so he says, yeah, but here's the problem. Your brain preferentially scans for, registers, stores, recalls, and reacts to unpleasant experiences, as we've said. It's like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. And he said, the pile of negative implicit memories naturally grows faster. Then the background feeling of what it feels like to be you can become undeservedly glum and pessimistic. Anybody find that right now? We're looking at the world around us. And so he said, here is what we do. Internalizing the positive. He said, first of all, turn positive facts into positive experiences. Good things keep happening all around us, but much of the time we don't notice them. Even when we do, we often hardly feel them. He said, our brain is just so used to it's in that rut. And he said, someone is nice to you. You see an admirable quality in yourself. A flower is blooming. You finish a difficult project, and it all just rolls by. Instead, actively look for good news, particularly the little stuff of daily life, the faces of children, the smell of an orange, the memory of a happy vacation, a minor success at work, and so on. Whatever positive facts you find, bring a mindful awareness to them. Be present. and then breathe in. And he said, start with 10 seconds. Breathe in the good for 10 seconds. And then he said, increase it. But he said, let them affect you. It's like sitting down to a banquet. Don't just look at it, dig in. And he said, savor the experience. It's delicious. And he said, make your goal 20 seconds and don't let your attention move from that. Focus on your emotions and your body sensations, since they're the essence of these implicit memories. And he said, you're not doing this to cling to rewards, which would eventually make you suffer, but rather to internalize them so that you carry them inside you and don't need to reach for them in the outer world. Somehow, most of us were raised with an idea we're less than whole. It is being demanded that we evolve through that. We get to do that and have an active part by beginning to look at the beautiful. When you look at yourself in the mirror, what would happen if you scanned for the beautiful? Absolutely the beautiful. All of it. And you found it everywhere. The first women's retreat that I went to, we did a workshop, and my mother had us choose one body part we didn't like. 80% of the women chose their thighs. And we spent about 45 minutes with our thighs loving them. Let me tell you, I was like, Mom, stop this. This is gross. And I was probably, 20, 21. And she just kept talking. We kept holding and talking about the beauty. And you had to talk nonstop, looking in someone else's eyes about the beauty of your thighs after we were done with this process. And I was like, I can't believe this. I have never looked at my thighs again the same. They are beautiful. They carry me wherever I want to go. They are powerful. And somehow somebody else taught me something different. And we get to be the ones, we get to be the change makers. And so you begin to breathe it in. You get to hold it. And then as we do that, he said you can also intensify an experience by deliberately enriching it, breathing it in. And then number 3, imagine or feel that the experience is entering deeply into your mind and your body like the sun's warmth into a t-shirt. And then he goes on to talk about how we heal the painful memories. And there's a whole process for that. But I want us to think about this. We can heal these things. We can hold these things. For me this week, I was working with this. I went home Sunday, and I worked with these chapters. I've worked with this book before. My mother taught it when I was, probably 10 years ago. And we worked with this idea in my family. You couldn't be with my mother, my beautiful mother, without learning whatever it was she was working with. And so we got to work with fascinating things. And this was part of it, and I'm so grateful. I read through it Sunday again. I worked with it Monday. And then Tuesday morning at 2:36 in the morning, I had the 3rd water break in my house in the last week and a half, and everything flooded. And so we've moved out. We are in a nice we're in a residence in Clackamas Town Center parking lot area. And all I can say is I got to decide what story to hold and who I was going to be within that. And it was one of the greatest gifts I've experienced. And I'm emotional because we did really good finding 2 matching shoes today when I ducked into the house and they're tearing up my floor and my ceiling and the other things. But I realized that I could either find beautiful in that or I could find the pain. I'm not ignoring anything that's going on. I realize I came out of it realizing how privileged I am. We have a 2-room suite. We have a roof over our heads. We have food. We have what we need. There's never a question. We haven't found all of Leah's shoes yet, but we will find them before she has to have them next week at the farm. But it's like all I can say is something happens if we will stay present. My mind wanted to go to, no, this is not on my calendar. I am not experiencing this in this way. This was not my plan. And I realized we can do that, or we can look at something else. And I've been talking about that parking lot, and I want to change that because I said there's nothing but cement around. Even last night, all I could see was cement. This morning, as I was practicing seeing good, I realized right outside our window, while there is the Max and there is a huge cement parking structure, there is a whole row of trees, and they are gorgeous. And I decided to spend my time on those trees, and I realized how beautiful greenery is and life is, and we are. We have an ability to create our worlds in a way that will transform who we are, where we go, what we do. Some of the things take us to our knees, and we still are a part of the expansion of this universe. And that means our minds get to expand. I don't know where we're going as a country, but I know this: when I look out across this room right now, there is radiance, there is beauty, there is life in every one of us. And I can see it and feel it and know it, and we are all a part of that. And that's the way that we connect. That's the way that we breathe in. The second part of this, and I realize I forgot the whole second chapter, so you're going to have to read it, but it's about cooling the fires. It's about cooling the fires when we get angry, when we get upset. There are practices we can do that take us into a place, and I actually marked it. Also, my computer wouldn't work for much of the week the way it was supposed to. It did not get wet. So it talked about the idea that many of us have never felt safe or that we belong, and that we can cool the fires of separation, which is what has happened in humanity. When we say someone else doesn't belong, we actually start a culture of not belonging. And we have lived within that culture in this country for centuries. His belief is that our thoughts and beginning to say, I am safe, I have all that I need, and then beginning to share that with others and finding their stories and the beauty within them, and knowing and being together and saying, we're safe. We have all that we need because humanity has always joined together. It has always found a larger way. We're at a crossroads, and I believe that we have all that we need in this moment. Everything we need is in our hearts, it's in our being, and our opportunity is to love ourselves, to remind ourselves we are safe, we belong, and then say, how do I make a difference in the life next to me? Thank you. So that's, yeah. And I have to say, last night at about 11:30, I had this conversation with the universe, and I said, I do not need any more message material for a long time. That was my... Okay, I want to take a moment. I do want to tell you about the HVAC. We are so fortunate. For some of you who are new, you may not realize, but we were actually part of it was a burglary on our unit. We found out that it was all around the country, and that it was and Portland was one of the many centers around the country that was taking copper out of HVAC units. They have caught the gentleman in the center of the country. Mark, you might know where it is, where you told me about it. Anyway, it was fascinating. They have found him, they have arrested him, and have arrested many of the people that were setting up these rings. I think he was from Missouri, but anyway, that was what we experienced. This was the second time we experienced it as a community. About a decade ago, we also experienced it. So I'm holding the space for something new, but we have new units, and they have been encased in a cage. But we have 2 new units, and they have been paid for as of today. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful that we were able to do that. What a gift, and we are all a part of the movement of this universe, is all I know to say. what I was supposed to do today was introduce our May month of giving. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Beth did, and we have had a $10,000 match, and the invitation is just simply if you are open to being a part of just the ongoing of this community. I have brought my above and beyond my regular giving check in this week to be a part of the month of special giving. I just invite you to do so. We have an opportunity during this month of May. So we are going to receive our tithes and our love offerings. And you know what we talk about in our gifting is this idea of divine love. And when we know and begin to train our brain that divine love is the core, it's the energy of this universe, we create from that place. These are the ways you can give. There's a card in the seat back in front of you if you would like it a little more closer up, and you can do that. And I just invite you to be a part of just the investing in community and ideas and the circulation on this planet, and to hold a space for an economy in this country that works for every human being. There is enough for every being to have what they need. There is enough. And we are here to stand in that knowing. So as we say our blessing together, I just invite you to know you're a part of that universal movement. We just say, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you, God.
Everywhere I'm turning, nothing seems complete. I stand up and I'm searching for the better part of me. I hang my head from sorrow, slave to humanity, wear it on my shoulder, gotta find the strength in me, 'cause I am Superwoman, yes I am. Yes, she is. Still when I'm a mess, I still put on a vest with an S on my chest. Oh yes, I'm a superwoman. This is for all the mothers fighting for better days to come. And all my women sitting here trying to come home before the sun. And all my sisters coming together say, yes I will, yes I can, 'cause I am Superwoman, yes I am. Yes she is. Still when I'm a mess, I still put on a vest with an S on my chest. Oh yes I am a superwoman. When I'm breaking down and I can't be found, I start to get weak, 'cause no one knows me underneath these clothes, but I can fly. We can fly. so much as oh yes, I'm a superwoman. Yes, she is. 'Cause I am superwoman. Yes, I am. Yes, she is. Still, when I'm a mess, I still put on a vest within it so much as oh yes, I'm a superwoman. Yes, I am. And I'm a superwoman. Yes, you are. Yes, I am. Yes, we are. Yes, I am. Yes, you are.
All right, in just a moment, we'll let our kids in, but I want to share something first, and that is, if you haven't ever read Heather Cox Richardson, today she did the history of Mother's Day. Most of us have researched it, and in 1907, Anna Jarvis decided to honor her mother. However, she said many of us do not know that in 1870 was the first Mother's Day gathering, and it was MOTHER and then ERS apostrophe, which meant mothers together, and it was to stop war, to gather together to be more empowered politically, to create a government that would not move into war. And you might want to look that up. I have a copy here if you're interested. It is very powerful, the actual history of this holiday and where it takes us. Part of divine love is the ability to allow it to express from us. In just a moment, our youth are going to walk in, and I just invite you to encircle this walkway in an energy field and that they walk into, and their hearts and their souls know they're seen, they're loved, and they're whole. So let's do that together as we sing them in.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you.
All right, and some of our youth and sponsors are handing out flowers to all of our beautiful beings here. We are so grateful for that. Do you want to share?
Yes. Okay. Today we were talking about how our mothers empower us, and we made these little gifts for them, little jewelry boxes, and we got to decorate them. And read the card.
Just a minute. Oh, they're busy. All right. So hold the card up. Way high. Okay, this is a special card that we are inviting you to come downstairs and sign. And whether your mother is here on earth or energy, divine energy, the message will get to them. So just take a moment, think about your moms, and come down and write a message on our card. And then we'll have it up for a couple weeks to see. The kids have already signed it, so now we invite the rest of you to sign it.
Thank you. That's wonderful. I wanted to take a moment. I'm just going to invite you to raise your hand, but do we have any great-great-grandmothers in the room? I know we have at least one. Okay, we have a couple here. Keep your hands up. How about great-grandmothers? How about grandmothers? How about mothers? And how about honoring all of the women in this community, all of those who hold that? So thank you. We thank you. We recognize the divine feminine in you and as you now. Oh, you have an announcement.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Hello, everyone. So, on the theme of our caregivers, we are having our annual kids camp this summer, and we invite you, if you have any nieces, nephews, children, grandchildren from the ages 7 to 11, we invite them to camp with us. It is the high school age group as the camp counselors, and it is about 4 days of fun. We take care of the kids, we create activities for them. Yes, and it's very exciting. We love doing it, and the registration deadline is tomorrow, I believe. So, yeah.
Nick,
Oh,
are you accepting late registrations? It is.
It is July.
Wait a minute. June
July
29th. June
June,
29th through
yeah.
July
Yes.
3rd.
Yes, that. Yes.
You're right, through July 1st. That's the when it is. It's in my planner. I'll tell you when we're done. Nick. Thank you. I know we probably just shocked you. So Nick is the adult for this whole region that's in charge of that. I have to say, when I went, I spent the whole time crying because I have never seen kids supported by high schoolers and them telling them that they are whole, vibrant, alive in all their workshops and all their things. And these kids just watched the high schoolers, and they listened in a way I just haven't seen. Okay, we really are going to stand and join hands and hold that intention for peace on our planet. Thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Oh, yes, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let's join together in our unity prayer, and then we will sing our youth out. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And they make it very firm. They stamp it into being. We're going to sing our youth out. Have a wonderful week.
I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. Yeah, well, when I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise, and I shine in the light. Oh, shine in the light, yeah, shine.